What's up, my crypto legends? What if I told you that in the next coming weeks, we are likely to see Bitcoin to absolutely explode out of $30,000 and get into a huge, massive rally? Something very similar that happened back in 2019, where the strongest neckline was that $6,000 range, and the price inside of the bear market had a massive, explosive breakout. If we do take a look at the total crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin, we can see that this has been bottoming out right over here at this range, and we can see it on many altcoins such as Rune, GRT, and Chainlink, where the selling pressure has finished for the last year, having a major consolidation. And there's only one way after this major consolidation, guys, and that is up. So we're going to analyze the situation, taking a look at the price of Bitcoin to see where we currently can be inside of this cycle. So make sure to stay tuned. Hi there, Andy here. Welcome back to another episode of Bitcoinsensus. Let's dive in here straight into the higher timeframes on the chart on Bitcoin to understand where we could potentially be in this cycle and what is to come in the next coming weeks. Of course, we won't be doing some short-term analysis and looking at potential setups on this video. For that, you do have the Legends trading community where I post every single day the possible setups and trades that we can get into with good risk management. That link is down below in the description, guys, where you can join the Legends trading community for those daily updates and setups for Bitcoin. Now, taking a look at Bitcoin here and understand where we at, okay? No doubt we are facing the strongest resistance that there is for the last few years. This was the strongest support level in 2021 and 2022. We have tried to break it already twice this year. One in April, as you can see right over here, and also in June. We are having a major consolidation at this $30,000 range, thinking about if we are going to break it in this attempt, or are we going to see a major pullback still? Now, if that pullback does happen of $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, I will not be afraid. I will think that this is just a nice corrective move because the price pumped over $5,000 in June, okay, just in a matter of a couple of weeks. So that will be very healthy, in my opinion, to get more steam here to create a higher low and finally get that explosive breakout. Of course, that breakout could happen in the coming days, or we could get a pretty decent pullback first, which will just give us a great opportunity. And this obviously will be observed in the Legends trading community to see how we can take advantage of these potential movements. So right away, knowing and accepting that this is a strong resistance level, we are in a local uptrend here for the last few months, looking at the daily chart and hitting this resistance now for the second time this year, getting ready for an explosive breakout. This is what is very likely going to happen in the next coming weeks, guys, and we need to understand this. Of course, this breakout will not take the price to all-time high, in my opinion. It will just be an explosive breakout to get people hyped up. A lot of people are going to start talking about Bitcoin and crypto again, and of course that will just be a massive bearish rally, okay? Now, I do believe so that during the late 2023 and beginning of 2024, we will be seeing a little bit of more downside on the price of Bitcoin, okay? But this needs to happen. Get people excited again, a massive explosive move, and you're going to have your grandfather and friends from school that you haven't seen in 20 years. They're going to start calling you and messaging you, talking about crypto. Hey, is it back or not? And this is likely going to top out at some point, all right, in the next couple of months, when we do get that breakout. So let's just analyze the sentiment back from 2018 and 2019. This is when I started investing in crypto in the middle of the bear market here in 2018. This is when I started to buy up my first Bitcoin when it was trading around about $6,000, $7,000. Now, what happened here, of course, that we did form a kind of a descending triangle, okay, creating massive lower highs and also a strong base support at the $6,000 range that was broken. And this is a level, a zone where everybody was extremely bearish and, of course, expecting lower prices. Just like when Bitcoin was trading at $17,000, $16,000 range back in October, November of 2022, expecting for that $10,000, $12,000 Bitcoin. Of course, that never happened. We had a major rally months after that to the $30,000 range where we're currently trading. So very similar sentiment. Get people extremely bearish, get people in doubt, okay, in doubt, in disbelief when we are hitting the strongest neckline that there is, in this case back in 2019, which was the $6,000 range, and finally getting the breakout after this consolidation, as you can see on the chart, getting into a massive explosive rally, okay? Very much possibility for Bitcoin in the next coming weeks as we are facing the strongest resistance level here, okay, which is that $30,000 range, give or take $1,000 to the upside because of the volatility and the consolidations. But people still do not believe that a rally, okay, to $40,000 range or even slightly higher is a possibility at this moment. And I can tell you already that the sentiment is very, very similar to 2019, where there is a lot of disbelief in this rally that we've had for the last few months, and it's likely to continue to the upside. Whether we do get a strong pullback or not, of course, we could be losing some major levels. If we do lose some major levels, all right, here in the next coming weeks, of course, then we will have to analyze the situation because maybe we're not breaking above. But for the moment, everything is pointing out that that is very likely to happen. And before we continue, the World Series of Trading on Bybit, the biggest trading competition that Bybit has got, is coming very soon, guys. $8 million worth of prize pool for the top 10 teams. We were ranked 20 most of the competition last year. We're going to try and crush it this year to be in the top 10 to get a piece of the cake of those $8 million. And of course, if you are in my team, you will be also getting that piece of the cake, guys. Make sure to sign up to Bybit because you have an insane bonus down below to get ready to join my team. When we do take a look at the total crypto market capitalization here, and this is excluding Bitcoin, there's also very similar movements that have been happening right now, okay, during the last year on this major consolidation that happened right in 2019. So let me just tell you here, right over here, what's happening. We can see this major high, right, round about the 650, 700 billion zone, right, where we have these lower highs created. If we do go back in 2019, there was a very similar movement right over here, okay, when there was a very aggressive bear market from 2018. And what basically happened here, we had a major large consolidation where the price action was getting very exhausted, okay, with the selling pressure. We can see we had one last little dip here and then creating this kind of movement and going sideways and creating a higher low. Kind of an inverted head and shoulder scenario where we did have that breakout just before the summer of 2019, having an explosive movement, all right, here on the total crypto market cap. This kind of doubled in a matter of a couple of months, okay? So if we were to see something very, very similar, all right, as the price was going sideways here, this does mean that it is very likely that we will be seeing something very similar in the coming weeks where the altcoins will start to recover, okay? And there is a likelihood that we are going to break this kind of neckline from an inverted head and shoulder scenario, and we're going to have an explosive breakout, and the total crypto market cap, excluding Bitcoin, could actually double, okay? And of course, a lot of people will be getting excited with this massive move to the upside. But of course, what you want to do is start investing right now at this zone. Of course, no financial advice. This is only my personal opinion and what I am doing. I am buying some of these altcoins, okay? And to get ready for the possibility of a major rally in the next couple of months. So just taking a look at the total crypto market cap, this consolidation, when we have a major cycle like this with a massive hype and a massive crash like this, and we consolidate sideways because the selling pressure has gotten exhausted, all right, then what is very likely is that there will be a massive recovery in the coming weeks, whether that is going to be a few weeks or it's going to be 10 weeks, okay? That is what is likely going to happen. Of course, this rally, in my personal opinion, will not take the prices, all right, to all-time high. We are likely to top out at some moment, all right, and then start correcting aggressively, all right? And that is when the people are going to feel, very bearish again and saying crypto is dead. Very similar sentiment. All the cycles are the same. The emotions of human beings are always the same, all right? Sometimes they are slightly different regarding in timing, okay? But overall, this is what we could be expecting, guys, just by looking at the chart. Simple, basic cycles, analysis, and bearish exhaustion and sideways consolidation. It's just very easy to understand. Now, when we do take a look at some good projects, okay, so good altcoin projects, because yes, there are thousands of altcoins that are very likely not going to do anything and they are going to die off in the next coming years. But there are some good projects for me, just such as Rune, GRT, and also Chainlink that are getting ready, all right, for this potential explosive move. Now, if we do take a look at Rune, for example, Rune has been very solid in the bear market, getting very strong relief rallies. However, right now we can see that the bearish momentum is getting exhausted, having a major range of consolidation in between the $1 and $2 range. Rune all-time high was above $20 just round about 2 years ago. So this consolidation is just telling me one thing. This is getting ready where it's going to be a few weeks or multiple weeks, all right, to get a massive explosive breakout. The selling pressure is exhausted. Rune is a huge project which I do think could actually double, triple in price in the next coming months, all right? So this is something that I just wanted to point out. This is selling pressure getting exhausted and very likely an accumulation event for the price to get ready to have some kind of spikes to the upside, doubling, tripling in price, all right, in the coming months. It just makes a lot of sense. The selling pressure is exhausted. We take a look at GRT, same scenario. GRT already had a similar event here back in February of 2020 of this year, right, where we did have a lot of sideways action. The selling pressure was already exhausted because we were not getting these massive impulsive moves to the downside and very small consolidations. Small consolidations, big impulsive moves. Small consolidation, big impulsive move. When we consolidate like this for a long period of time, for several months, guys, the only way is to the upside. Yes, you could have a little bit of more downside, okay? It's very, very much possible. I'm not saying we're going to shoot up by tomorrow and that we're not going to go down and that the bottom is in. I do believe on a lot of altcoins that the bottom is in, okay? But that is my personal opinion. Just take this with a grain of salt. What I'm telling you is that the exhaustion, okay, is happening for the selling pressure. We already got a pretty decent spike on GRT, and this made a 4x in a matter of a few weeks, okay, bottoming out here at around about the 5-cent level in December and spiking to 20 cents, okay, in February. This was in 2 months that it actually made a 4x. Now, this massive move to the upside, of course, got its corrective move. I personally think that GRT is getting ready for another impulsive move to the upside as it is creating this massive corrective move in a descending wedge scenario, which is a bullish pattern. So we can see the impulsive move is up and the corrective move is down. And inside of this wedge, I personally think that this is just getting ready for another explosive move to the upside. Of course, that is just basic, easy technical analysis. And I know that this project is very, very good. And that is very much a possibility, making a 4, 5, 6x in the next coming months, guys. Now, that is personal opinion. This is no financial advice. I don't want you to rush, okay, and, start buying some altcoins. Make your research, do your research, your analysis, and, then take your own decisions. If we do take a look at Chainlink is also in a huge, massive accumulation zone that it's been in between $5 and $9 for over a year, guys. Over a year, sideways action. No hype. No massive selling pressure. It's going sideways after coming from a very aggressive bearish structure. So sideways action after a bearish structure just means one thing to me. This is a massive accumulation zone. We are very much aware of Chainlink having this massive spring moment, all right? It's a spring point where you break the support level, and this is not bearish. This is a bullish sign. This already pumped over 20%, okay, as you can see here on the chart. It pumped over 20%, going from $5 all the way up to $6.50, okay, just early today. Chainlink for me is a solid project. I have some Chainlink in my portfolio and I'm likely to accumulate a little bit more during the next coming weeks. There are also some really good projects such as Rune GRT that is just getting exhausted here with the selling pressure. Of course, the price could drop a little bit more, but overall, we are looking for an explosive move in the months ahead, guys. So I'm very excited to see and recognize where we are at in this cycle. for the altcoins to absolutely explode and make huge gains. Not much more to be said, guys. This was just an analysis on the altcoins and where we are in the cycle. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.